My name is Carl Brown, your host for Let's Talk. Tonight, we're going to be hearing a historic event to overturn an injustice that had happened to one of Kingston's fine black African American citizens, Albert Brown. A building was named after him back in the 60s, but due to certain strikes and things that did occur, not to get into it big, his name was never put on a building that it was voted for his name to be on. And tonight, on the very same steps where a protest, after Common Council voted 13-0, a protest led by Leonard Van Dyke, a good friend of the Brown family and a good friend of Albert Brown's, who worked together with him for some of these equality rights and against urban renewal back in the 60s, chanted on these very steps with a group of other people, Al Brown Memorial Now, Al Brown Memorial Now. Well, I'm here and proud to say, after 57 years, it's going to happen. Thank you for the City Common Council. But tonight is an historic night. Historic night, especially for African Americans here in the Hudson Valley. Sir John Truth, and even Frederick Douglass didn't have a building named after him. But now we have a building named after a black man from the Rondout who did what? Did everything he could to put programs into the Parks and Recreation Department to help out the underserved people, taking people from poverty to prosperity. Today, the veil is unlifted, and his name will be voted on tonight, August 5th, 2025, from back in 1968, to have his name on this building. Thank you, Kingston. Thank you, Mayor Stephen Noble, for his wholeheartedness, his sincereness, and helping us to undo the injustice that was done back in the 60s and to harm the right and making it right in 2025. Thank you. Thank you. So continue to watch the vote just after this. Peace. Okay, guys, we're about to get into the Albert Brown resolution for the Senate, and the meeting is about to start here at the Kingston City Common Council, August 5th at 7:30 p.m. Here we go. And here's the Common Council. We'll give you a video of the vote in a second.
The Albert Brown Community Center.
One question. Carol Wiggins?
Thank you, John, for your children. I wish to express my strong support for the renaming of the Rondout Community Center to the Albert Brown Community Center. To the Brown family, speaking for myself, and I believe for most of my colleagues, I want to say this. I didn't know. I didn't know about the clearly bigoted actions of certain elected officials at the time who saw fit to rob the Brown family of this honor, and in so doing, contorted the will of the community. I was proud to learn that the Common Council even then had voted in favor of naming the community center after Albert Brown. That decision should have stood. And so I thank Carl Brown and his family for their tenacity and for insisting over decades that this wrong be made right. I apologize that it has taken so long, but I am proud that this Common Council, this mayor, and this Parks and Recreation Department get to finally set things right. Albert Brown was a black man and by all accounts a dearly beloved son of Kingston. He founded the first Head Start in Ulster County. He served as the president of the Congress of Racial Equality local branch. He started the PAL Boxing and Reading League. He created the Youth Job Corps here in Kingston, and he was named Patrolman of the Year. He was the father of 4, a husband, and I should add, he also worked at IBM. Albert Brown was killed in a car crash on October 8, 1967. Just 7 months later, Dr. Martin Luther King would be assassinated. These were those times. Albert Brown was only 25 years old when he died. Can you imagine what more he could have done, would have done for the young people of Kingston, for our city, for justice? He was gone too soon, but now at long last, his name will stand in this community as a symbol of service, of equity, and of love. And I thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Michelle Hurd?
I would just like to say that I fully support the renaming of the Rondout Community Center to the Albert Brown Community Center. When Carl Brown brought this story to me, I was absolutely incredulous that something like this could have happened. And if Albert Brown had lived, these sort of things I don't believe would have happened. And that Kingston would be in a much different place for the community that was here at the time. Thank you.
Wearing my hat as an older person, I would like to add my agreement with what both of my colleagues have said. I'd like to note too, history matters. History is the way we tell ourselves what is most important, what our values are, who we are as a people. Too often in our past in this city, we have neglected the important contributions that place the long-standing being of our black citizens. Recently, the Kingston Housing Authority changed the name of one of its main facilities to honor Leonard and Vera Van Dyke, two crucial people who were in the same era as Albert Brown. This, I think, is absolutely crucial for us to take a stand on what is important in this country. This country is made up of all kinds of people. The reason we're here is because, unlike most countries on the planet, we are who we are because we are not like each other. We have all come from different places, and we have found ways to work together. And I think that this process of finally naming the community center after Albert Brown is a testament to what we're doing here. So I heartily agree with this resolution. And if there are no other comments, I will call for the vote. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? The resolution is adopted 7-0. Thank you all for being here too. We now move to resolution 125.
As you can see, the Al Brown Community Center has been renamed back to its original center from the Rondout Neighborhood Center. Thank you for everyone, and I want to give some thanks to a lot of important players that played a key roles into getting this done. That is, number one first would be Kevin Cahill. Kevin, from me and the Brown family to you, thank you so much for encouraging me to move forward in this journey to get this done. From your studies on naming a rail trail after the late Charles Johnson. Number two would be our historian, our local historian from Ulster County, and a local Rondout resident at one time, Taylor Brook. Thank you so much, Taylor, for doing looking up and doing the research and giving me all of the links to all of this digital information that brought us so far forward so that we can prove that this information was such that we were delivering to the county, to the city. And number three, and most importantly, I'd like to thank my wife, Christine Brown, for being behind me through everything, through my sickness, which I'm still going through, and just being that rock for me, as always. I love you, honey. Love you, Kevin Cahill. Love you, Taylor Brook. And I love all of you board people. Oh, and not to forget the Parks and Recreation Department. Maureen Bird, who I first brought the information to, who was very receptive, a family friend. Thank you again, Maureen, for listening to me and taking this forward to the Parks and Recreation Department. Also, Alan Nace, my wife's cousin, on the board also, and Joe McDough, who also assisted with this, and Steve Shabbat, who was the mediator between the Parks and Rec and the Common Council, who also knew Albert. And I'm sure if, and the other people that were there, if I missed your names, please forgive me. But just a special thanks also to the Parks and Recreations Department. Thank you again for listening to me. And thanks again to the City of Kingston. And I can't also forget Mayor Steve Noble. You've been so gracious. You helped me along with this whole thing. Thank you again, Steve. I hope me and you can hook up in the future and look for additional Al Brown Community Foundation programs that are given back to the community while also helping the people within the community. Thank you again. That's it for Let's Talk. We're out.